Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Friendly Fermentables.
I'm your brew buddy Joel.
No, I'm Joel.
And I'm Jerrod. We're going to help you get drunk on the cheap.
Yeah.
We got a 160 ounce glass jug here that we're going to make a 1 gallon batch in. You can find these anywhere, flea market, garage sales, find them online. This was probably $1, maybe less. To turn that into a fermenter, you're going to need a rubber stopper and an airlock. Airlock goes in the stopper, stopper goes in the jug. We're going to fill that up and we'll be making booze in no time. Now, you don't need this, but it's handy. Hydrometer is going to tell you how much alcohol you're making. So if you want 5%, you can make sure you're getting 5%. You want 10%, you'll get 10%. It's very handy, but not super essential. This is the basic, very basic equipment you're going to need. Next, Joel's going to show you the supplies.
Hey everybody, so we're just getting our supplies ready for our first batch here. First thing you want to pick up is some sanitizer. You want to make sure your carboys and all your equipment are clean of any contamination. You don't want to get infections in your booze. You don't want to waste a batch. So you mix up that with some water, you sanitize everything first. Next we got our juice. Pick whatever you want. Today we're working with Minute Maid apple juice. We're going to make just a traditional cider. You fill up your carboy with that. Then we've got some yeast here that Jerrod has extracted himself. It's some stuff that he's rescued from a previous batch, and we're going to use it today as well. And then we use a yeast nutrient. This isn't essential, but it's good to get a healthy yeast batch going, get a good cider.
You've got sanitizer in your bottle. Throw a cap on it. We're going to give it a good shake. This particular sanitizer wants at least a few minutes of contact time. So what I like to do is give it a good shake, let it sit for a few minutes, give it another shake, let it sit for a few minutes. As long as it's pink, it's still viable, so you can actually reuse that. As soon as it starts to turn clear, get a kind of a brown haze, it's kind of spent. So make sure you're using adequate sanitizer to keep everything clean. Some no rinse sanitizers, but this one in particular I like to rinse out. Just make sure that you're not leaving any chemicals behind that are going to give you some sort of off flavor. Because although we like getting drunk, we want it to taste good too. Alright, now that's good and sanitized. As you can see here, I've saved the leftover sanitizer. It's a good time. Get your airlock and your your rubber stopper in there. Get your funnel in there too if you're going to be using it. Everything has to be sanitized all the time. Sanitize before, sanitize after, and you're never going to have any problems. Alright, let's bring this in. We'll see how this hydrometer works. Now we're just going to do straight juice in this recipe, so we can just test the juice. If we were adding sugar, you'd want to test it with the sugar already mixed in.
Personally, I always measure the juice, and then if I'm going to add sugar, I'll find out what my ABV is going to be. Then if I want to top it up, I'll add sugar after the fact, and then test her again.
There you go. Now I've used this juice a number of times, so I know it's going to come out at 1.044 as a specific gravity, which should give us about 6.5 to 7% when it's fully fermented.
A little hard to see in the video here, but
it's fine. They'll trust us. We're
looks
trustworthy.
like this one's closer to 1.048 maybe.
Yeah, 1.046.
All right, right in the middle.
because I didn't sanitize this, and I never really do, I'm just going to drink it. If you pour that in there, you risk contamination. Nobody wants that. Alright, now you got a jug of juice. What next? Well, we're going to take Nutrient, which has vitamin B complex, phosphates, magnesium sulfate. So basically this is just going to make sure that your yeast is healthy. And since we're using this washed yeast, it's probably a good idea. So this particular nutrient is 1 teaspoon for 3.7, sorry, yeah, 1 teaspoon per gallon. So now that we've got nutrient in there, we're going to dump off our distilled water. It's been keeping our yeast safe.
Let's see in that bottle there. Oh yeah, that's a nice yeast cake.
And this is Lalvin D47. I wrote that sticker myself.
Very professional.
Very professional. Alright, I left these in the other room. Put them back. I've used 1 teaspoon of this, and it seemed to work pretty well. So you can see that's a nice, disgusting texture. It's like a pudding baby shit. Is that not a pudding baby shit?
I was thinking peanut butter, but that's about...
It's close.
That's pretty apt.
Alright, now what I should have done was save some liquid to rinse all this in there. So maybe we'll just do this for now.
Look at that go.
Don't do it. And this will multiply, and you'll end up with a big, gross cake in the bottom. Yeasty goodness. Alright. I'm going to shake that up to incorporate it. Also incorporate some oxygen.
So just to explain that, oxygen started the process good?
Yeast needs oxygen, but oxygen also spoils your juice. So you want oxygen to start your yeast off, and as the yeast ferments the juice, it will create carbon dioxide, which will push all the oxygen out of your airlock. Okay, so we've got that nice and mixed up. Fill your airlock to the little line. Throw that shit on. Alright, about 10 days we'll be drinking that. Tight. And that's how you make cider. Thanks for watching our first video. Hope you enjoyed it.
Come back in 1 week to follow up with us when we rack that into a clean fermenter.
Nice. Secondary.
Picky.
Picky?
You're a dick.
What?
Still a fermenter.
I know, it's a secondary fermenter.
Oh, okay.
You see what I gotta fucking put up with all the time? I'm fucking done. Done with this shit.